You have been doing narrative story games.
I've been making short-form narrative story games, collaborative storytelling sort of things. You did this art for one that's a little bit sillier.
Yeah, but I became totally enamored with it.
I'm so happy.
What is it called?
Thank you for calling hell.
What's the premise?
So the premise is that through like Ouija or tarot or whatever, you and whoever's playing with you have finally like broken through to the other side. And if you can only get through the automated phone support line of hell, then you can speak to whoever you want. Because of course, hell has an automated like phone support line.
Obviously.
So as you go player to player, that player like reads off the current menu options, and if you guess the thing that corresponds to what's in front of them, then you're one step closer. Once everyone's card is revealed, then you win. You get to speak to whoever.
So that's fun. And I was thinking this could be like a logo for it, maybe.
Yeah, some cover art.
Yeah, the idea of a phone that, admittedly, is not the kind of phone that people use these days. But I think it's still recognizable. It's at least the icon people know as, like, the pick-up, hang-up.
We are old.
Yes. So, this is like the save icon is a floppy disk.
Yeah.
So I wanted to do something that was a phone and a demon. And this is what happens. And I was just playing with textures.
It came out real good.
Thank you.
I'm really happy with it.
Thank you. And it probably could have worked just black and white too, but it's not going to stay black and white. And I wanted to fit well so that if it becomes the cover of something, you can put the title nearby and it's going to make sense with it.
Yeah. I can already see how I could lay certain things out around here, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That could be a lot of fun.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. It's a very the rules are very minimal. Essentially, it's a goof. Like the options you're supposed to come up with are like, if you'd like to schedule a viewing of Hitler's torture, press 2 now. Like.
But it's up to the players. They have to make it up.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's just like, But,
yeah, it's improv.
Yeah, it's improv, and it's kind of like if you're playing D&D, but you're not doing just a module that you bought, you're doing something homebrew.
Yeah.
It's a similar concept. You have to make stuff up.
Yeah. Everyone gets to collaborate on the stuff.
Oh, the teeth.
Oh, the teeth. Yeah, is this in front of the tongue or behind the tongue?
Yeah.
Front of the tongue or behind the tongue? You haven't even decided on that one. You're waiting.
I forgot.
You're waiting.
I do go back to it eventually, but yeah, no, I absolutely just forgot about it. And there's a lot of back and forth throughout this entire sketch, because it's what of the sketchy nonsense is going to be kept.
There you go.
And what do I want to actually clean up?
I like the sketchiness.
I do too. I like the motion of it. I want it to look kind of organic, while still being obviously a phone.
Yeah. Oh, the cross-hatching. So good.
I so rarely do any kind of cross-hatching.
It looks so good. You should do more cross-hatching.
I should. I was very nervous about it because it's been a bazillion years. And I want it to look wet.
Somewhere there's an art professor being like, she did the cross-hatch.
I do have one teacher of my youth who actually does follow me online. And every time he likes something, I'm like, Senpai, notice me.
You showed me his work. He's very good.
Yeah, no. So I'm very happy with
he draws like the birch forest and like, that's a photo.
Yeah. Whereas this should not... I hope no one looks at this and go, oh no, that's real. Because that'd be horrifying.
I hope they do. Hope it breaks their sense of reality.
I had a lot of fun coloring this a lot.
They were very good colors. That's just an amazing green. It's like the ectoplasm, like Slimer green.
That's what I was going for. Yeah. Just trying to
clean anyone who's watched that one Freddy Krueger movie.
Yeah. Got the Freddy phone.
Thank you for calling Freddy phone.
And I knew I wanted the body to be red, and I wanted the tongue to be green. I was like, okay, it has to be the right red and the right green so it doesn't do like Christmas colors.
Yeah. Good maroon and Slimer.
Because if you just looked at my color palette, I don't think anyone would have known what the hell I was going for.
Thank you for doing off-white. Because true white would just look weird on that thing.
You know?
Yeah.
The eyeball winds up with a lot of colors. Because, you know, I wanted it to have a lot of dimension. I wanted it to look, you know, really, I don't want to say wet again.
It makes it look truly organic. Well, like, eyeballs are wet. They have the slime over them.
Yeah. I just...
Like, the tongue's a little drippier, but the eyeball's, like, wet.
Everything is wet.
I mean, it's from hell. Yes, it's going to be slightly wet.
And the horn colors wind up kind of the trans flag.
It is still June.
Yeah.
It is appropriate. Satan says trans rights, even if God doesn't.
I mean, I think that this is probably going to come out in July, but either way.
Yeah. Currently, it's June.
So this thing is at least an ally.
Mm-hmm.
I got the color palette from our friend Mary. I asked, hey, what are your favorite colors? And then I used all of them.
Nice.
That's how I make decisions.
Ask someone else without context.
Yeah. Well, because if you give too much context, they're going to think of, oh, well, if I was going to make a demon, if I was going to, you know. This way it's just, this is what I like.
Yeah.
And then you go with it.
Oh, the way you've been doing the flares and the shadows, just smudging the fuck out of everything.
Thank you. It's technically a watercolor blender, is what it's called.
Okay, I see. Yeah, I can see though.
And I like the shapes it makes and the texture it leaves.
Yeah.
And I added the little shine in there. Just
Gross.
pinks and oranges. And then
I had
the
to make it
veins.
veiny.
I had to make it veiny. Well, I left it kind of lumpy too, because I wanted it to look, you know.
Yeah.
I want to say real. That's not really what I'm. You know what I mean.
It's supposed to look gross.
I don't want to say organic again. That's keep using the same 3 words. Everything's organic and wet. And I added more to the tongue.
It's very, if you'll pardon the reference, it's very Bad Dragon. It's
Oh no.
it's like Geiger-esque and like, well, that's sort of alive, but ew.
Yeah.
That
So-
looks like something that's attached to something that I would not want near me or my body.
So this is the Hello phone. Hello phone.
Hello, phone.
And I like it a lot. And
He's like the Clippy of the game.
yes, and I do want this to be on your cover.
Yeah.
And we can put a link to your Itch.io, whether it's
Yeah.
up there or not, just so they can see other games you've done.
I'm probably in the next week going to have this and the other game, like, at least beta testing on there, so.
Absolutely. So, rock on.
Rock on. Check out my games!